Just got done with my evening walk and I started to think about some of the things that were happening on Facebook and see if they would apply to LinkedIn. So on Facebook over the last week or so, I've had like 3 or 4 strikes, and they've gone back to like 2000 pictures that I've put up in 2018, possibly suggesting that I'm spamming. It's 5 years ago. If the algorithm hasn't caught it now, why is why I didn't catch it then? Why is it just now catching it? So it made me start to think about posting frequency, and I just did a quick Google search and found an article you might be interested in directly related to posting frequency on LinkedIn, because I do a lot of posts on LinkedIn, and it's probably been, including Saturdays and Sundays, on average about 2 to 2.5 a day. On Saturdays and Sundays, I slow it down, but I do schedule them out, so I could post more on Saturdays and Sundays, but the interaction doesn't seem to be as great, so I don't put as much effort into it because I still need content for the rest of the week. So it started making me think, is that an issue? And I found an article that pointed out a couple other things that I might be making mistakes on, and I was curious to what your thoughts were, and are you making these same mistakes, and are they mistakes? I'm going to try these things out all together over the next 30 days, changing these things and see how it works out. But I was just curious, because this article was written 3 years ago, if you're experiencing these things, same things now. So first of all, he talked about creating articles. Now I've only written 2 or 3 articles over the last month, and maybe my viewership has gone down, but I was doing them for specific reasons, so I didn't actually track to see who was looking at them, and how many views and the engagement. But I always thought articles was a good thing. You're creating a long form engagement on the actual platform, and on top of that, those are the people that you want. You want people that are going to read and engage, because as you're doing text and paragraphs and sentences inside your actual post itself, you want that type of engagement. At least that's what I thought. So he had pointed to some data that he had found that articles may not be doing so well these days. Frequency of posting, suggesting that there's only possibly 1 or 2 posts that need to be done a day, and I've been posting 3 or 4 during the week, and routinely have been trying to schedule those out to do that. So I'm going to limit the number of frequency, how frequent the posts are over the next 30 days, to see if that changes anything. Adding links to your post. Now I routinely link to YouTube, routinely link to Facebook, and I was about to say Facebook, and that makes sense. Linking to other websites decreases the engagement on LinkedIn and possibly increases the engagement on the other sites. And as we know, we only have so many hours out of the day, so the longer you can keep somebody on the platform, the better. And by the way, if I haven't said it, I am going to link to this, so check out the article. It's a very short read. It's only 2 or 3 minutes. Sharing your posts in groups. He mentioned that. I'm not going to go into detail about that because I don't do that. And then adding 3 or more hashtags. Now I put a lot of hashtags in my posts because I would like for somebody that reads the post to be able to click on, for instance, the manufacturer's name, which I hashtag, the part name, which I hashtag, gate openers, which I hashtag, access control, electronic access control, those types of hashtags. And I would think that they would be more engaging, including adding references back to my stuff, not just from my stuff, that they might want to do. I'm curious to what you think. Do you find that any of these things are helpful? Please put them in the description below. And also, I'm going to change my habits based on what this says over the next 30 days, limiting the number of hashtags, limiting the frequency, and then not linking all the time to an outside group, and see how that does. Curious to know what you think.